Sacrifice is not just an old ritual from the past. It was one of humanity's earliest attempts to make sense of fear, death, disasters, and the mysteries of the world. Early humans didn't see nature as something ruled by fixed laws. They saw it as a set of powerful, unpredictable forces that could get angry, punish, give, or take life away. From this came the idea that offering something valuable might restore balance or bring protection and peace. At first, sacrifice wasn't always about gods. It was connected to the dead and to ancestors. People buried their loved ones with food, tools, and ornaments, imagining some kind of life after death. Later, they began leaving food and drink near graves, sometimes out of fear of spirits, other times to keep a bond with the unseen world. When agriculture and animal domestication arrived, everything changed. Humans were no longer just hunters surviving day to day. They owned herds and crops, and they set aside a portion to offer to the sacred. Sacrifice became more direct, giving up something you owned in exchange for protection, fertility, or favor from higher powers. And not all sacrifices were bloody. Many were offerings of grain, bread, oils, incense, wine, and fruit. But blood held a special meaning because it was tied to life. Many ancient societies believed blood carried power, fertility, and renewal, which led to rituals involving slaughter animal sacrifices, and at times, human ones. In some cultures, the victim became a scapegoat, carrying the community's fears, sins, and inner violence before being cast out, as if taking the community's troubles with it. With the rise of large cities and temples, sacrifice shifted from a simple spiritual act to a force woven into the economy, politics, and power. In places like Mesopotamia, gods were treated almost like earthly rulers, with homes, food, and attendants, and temples grew into major institutions managing labor, resources, and ritual life. Sacrifice itself wasn't always entirely sacred. A small portion was offered symbolically, while the rest became part of communal feasts shared by priests and ordinary people. It helped shape social bonds and organize communities. As religions and philosophies evolved, the meaning of sacrifice changed. In some traditions, the practice declined or vanished, replaced by ideas of moral and spiritual sacrifice tied to purity, devotion, and ethical discipline. And, with the rise of modern science, people stopped seeing rain, illness, or disaster as signs of divine anger, instead turning to climate, medicine, and biology for answers. For many today, sacrifice is less about influencing nature or appeasing unseen forces, and more a religious ritual, a cultural custom, and a symbol of shared identity.